love's incredible, incredible. Have a little mercy on me, baby. You got me wanting more, wanting more of your love. It's incredible, incredible. Have a little mercy on me, baby.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Empty here with a video to you guys today, and today I'm going to be telling you guys a little story that happened to me. Well, it didn't really happen to me, it happened to like my cousin and my family and stuff like that, but I was involved. It's a pretty crazy story, so I'll tell you guys about that, and I'm just playing a little BO2. Before that, I just want to explain where I've been for a little while. The reason I took a little break for however long it was, 2 weeks or so, my PC actually stopped working. I don't understand why it stopped working, because one day I just like shut it down, and then when I turned it back on, it just said it was like repairing and stuff like that, and basically I just couldn't log into Windows 10 and stuff, and it wouldn't start up or whatever, but like the computer would turn on. I don't know, it was just a really weird situation, but basically I just got fed up and resetted my PC, and so now I just reinstalled everything and blah 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 blah. I still have a lot of stuff to install still, but I have the basics installed, like, you know, After Effects, Vegas, Elgato, Audacity, and, you know, just the basics to record the video so I can get this out for you guys. So now on to the story part. This happened, I don't know how long ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I could be wrong, maybe more, maybe less, somewhere around there. This actually took place when me and my family were camping. It was me, my 3 cousins, my dad, my grandma, and my aunt and uncle. And we were camping, and if you guys know what the campers are, or like the little trailer things are that you guys can take camping or do whatever with, it's not like the ones where you drive and stuff, but it's the ones where like hook it up to like your SUV or truck or whatever vehicle you have to basically just like pull it around or whatever. And so basically we did that, and we took a 2-hour drive up to the campsite. And I live in Indiana. Usually everybody thinks of Indiana as like the middle of nowhere, but I live in the more populated area of Indiana and stuff like that, where there's more people. So we went out to not like the country, but we basically went out to like all the woodsy areas and stuff, and basically the middle of nowhere, but it was just like not a really populated place. And so there's this campsite there. There are a bunch of other people there too, not with us, but just at the campsite areas. And we were there, and we got a campsite more towards the back, so it was like kind of in the back. There's a little store that we could go to, and like there are bathrooms and stuff, but it was mainly just in the back. And we set up our stuff. We didn't have any tents because we were using the campers or whatever. We had 2 of them, and we basically, you know, were just started camping and stuff. And this one day, me and my 2 other cousins were riding around, and we rode down this not restricted area, but it was a camping area that was closed off for the time because there wasn't a lot of people at the campground, so they just closed it off since no one else was going to be there. So we went down to this area, which we weren't supposed to go to because it was blocked off by those wooden blocking posts or whatever. I don't know what they are, but I'll put one on the screen if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. But this is basically what was blocking us. So we just moved it and went around and started riding down, and it was a really steep hill. Like, there were campgrounds on the right and left and stuff, but it was a pretty steep hill for what it was. And so we were just going super fast. Okay, this is gonna sound random, but we just started seeing apples on the floor. So like, okay, there's an apple tree nearby, and they were all at the bottom of the hill because, like I said, it was pretty steep, so they would actually like roll down the hill once they fell off the tree. So then we were looking for this apple tree because, I don't know, we just wanted to see the apple tree and maybe pick some apples or something. I don't really know. We were just messing around or whatever. And we see this apple tree, and then my cousin, he's more the adventurous type, and he's like, I'm gonna climb it. So his older brother, which is also my cousin, starts climbing up this tree, and this is like a really, and this tree is like a really small, frail apple tree. So like, you know, the branches were breaking as you were climbing and stuff like that, and apples were falling. They were both up in this tree, and there wasn't room for me to climb up this tree, so I just kind of stayed down and watched. Something happened that was insane, because at first I thought it was the funniest thing ever, but then I realized it was really serious, so I had to like stop laughing and calm down and actually like help out with the situation. So basically they were climbing the tree, and my cousin that's the same age as me, one of the branches broke and he fell, and his legs went between 2 branches. So it kind of was like one of those cartoon situations where like they hit their cock or whatever, like right on the branch, but that's not what happened to him. The branch is a little thick and had this sharp part, so he cut the side of his thigh, and it was like a really bad cut. It was a gash. And like I said, I was laughing because I just saw him, like, I thought he just like hit his balls or something, and I was just laughing so hard because I thought the situation was hilarious. Because he wasn't crying or anything. He just had this blank look on his face. I don't know exactly what happened, but my older cousin said he lifted up part of his shorts and just peeled off the skin, and you could just see a huge open wound, and it was just the nastiest thing ever. Once they realized that it was a serious situation, like I said, I was on the floor, and this hill was about a mile up, so they say, go, he needs help bad, he just cut his leg so bad, just go up the hill. And when they said this, I don't know if you guys have ever seen something something like this. I think it was in the Hunger Games before, but if you guys have ever seen like a car crash or something happen in a movie, or like a bomb explosion or whatever, it's like slow motion and really motion blurry and stuff like that. It almost feels like it's not real or whatever. And that's what happened, because like my stomach just dropped and they said go up and like get help. So I didn't get on, like I didn't even think twice. I just straight booked it. I didn't get on my bike or anything, because you can't ride up a hill without, you know, getting tired or whatever. So I just straight book it up this hill, and this hill is like a mile run up. So halfway up this hill, I'm just out of breath from sprinting upwards so bad, but I was like, you know, my cousin needs help bad. I gotta do this. I gotta like sprint up this hill to try to get help. So I get back to the campground. Like I said, it's kind of close to where this little restricted area was. So I get back to the campsite, and there were no adults there. Like there were 0 adults there except for my grandma. My grandma was the only one there, and she's pretty old. I don't know how old she was at the time, but like I said, she is my grandma and she was really old, so I wasn't gonna make her like sprint down the hill. And the crazy thing about it is they all left their phones here except for my uncle. So we kind of just called him, and he didn't answer. I'm just like, okay, well, if they're not gonna be back to help him to take him to the nearest hospital, which is 30 minutes away, then I need to go try to figure out a way to help. So I run back to this restricted area. Like our bikes are still at the bottom of the hill, and I'm just like, okay, I need to help him like get back up or whatever. And as I'm running back to like this restricted area zone that we weren't supposed to go to, I just see the craziest thing ever. I just see my cousin and my older cousin walking up the hill, just like limping at the same time, like one of those movie scenes. It was just so crazy, because you could see like the sun in the background. So I'm like, no way they just walked up. No way my older cousin just got him out of the tree and just walked like about a mile up this hill. And they did it. They walked up, and apparently if it took them that long, I don't know how long they took to get up, but they must have gotten out of the tree right when I started running, because I was just like astonished on how they actually got up there. But then perfect timing, the adults came, and my uncle was just like, give me a water bottle, I need to see what this looks like or whatever, you know, just help me out. So I give him a water bottle. He was walking over to my cousin to help him out, and they basically just cleaned up the situation. Like they cleaned up his leg a little bit, they wrapped a towel around it and got him in the car to take him to the hospital, and that was basically the end of the night, the last time we saw my cousin that night. So later that night, I was just like sitting or whatever in around the campfire or whatever, and we were just like speechless. We were like, no way that just happened today. Like that was pretty crazy, because nothing ever bad really happens like that to either of them, so it was pretty crazy. So the next day my cousin came back. He had stitches and stuff like that, and he was basically all cleaned up, and he was perfect fine. Like he was trying to ride bikes and stuff. He was like trying to, you know, just do everything that you would when you're camping. We're like, we had to change the camping schedule, and we went back home the next day just because, like, you know, he had just gotten stitches and the whole situation was bad, but he was trying to encourage us to stay. He's like, no guys, just stay, no, just stay, it's fine, I can just relax if you guys really want me to, but I'm pretty sure I'm fine. That, and he was just like really wanting us to stay because he felt so bad. But I agreed. I was just like, yeah, we need to take you home or whatever, you just need to get some rest so your leg can heal. And a couple months later, when his leg actually did heal and stuff, and like his stitches were out and everything like that, and his leg was completely healed. And this is the funny part, because one day he was just like, hey, so do you know how you carve your initials in trees? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, the tree carved its initials in me, and he lifted up his like pant leg or whatever and showed me his scar, and it was in the shape of a T, so it was really funny. And that's a little funny quote he says whenever somebody mentions his scar against the tree or whatever. He just like says like the tree carved his initials in him or whatever. So I'm basically just gonna end it here. So if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and also subscribe to my team channel, Verks Clan. We have an RC out right now, so if you guys want to join some teams, it doesn't really matter what you are, if you're a director, if you're a player, if you're a designer, if you're an editor, if you're a streamer, if whatever you are, if you guys want to join the team, make sure to go check out that RC. We are accepting basically any position, so definitely check that out if you guys are looking for a team. So that's basically it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. Don't be empty, guys. I love you so much. Peace out.
This love's incredible.